2K Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, is proud to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. We're on the cliffs of La Jolla, California, the famed Torrey Pines venue, and it's our opening round coverage of the Farmers Insurance Open. Hello and welcome. It's great to have your company here on 2K Sports. I'm Luke Elvey. Alongside me is Rich Beam, and out on the course, Henny Koyak and John McCarthy. Let's get out to the action. And Beamer, your thoughts quickly here on Torrey Pines South. It is a big boy golf course, isn't it?
It is, and these players are in for a rude awakening because they've had some pretty simple golf courses up to this point. But this golf course, U.S. Open venue, this is going to punch you right in the mouth. There's no holding back here. This golf course is flat out tough. One of the toughest tests these players will see all year long. It's usually damp. It's usually cool. The wind blows off the ocean. It is just all around not fun to play in. But I tell you what, if you're playing well, you can really find out what you are doing well, and that will help you in the upcoming season a lot.
We head down to the first hole. Before we get into today's action, I'm getting some word that there's a rivalry brewing between Will Zalatoris and our featured player. Henny, surely that can't be right.
Luke, you have heard correctly. There have been texts, phone calls, many exchanges in the lead up to this matchup between the featured player and Will Zalatoris. Things are getting pretty tense down here. It's going to be interesting to see how things play out today.
Thanks, Eddie. That's interesting stuff. I'll be interested to see if our featured player does indeed do well against Willie Z.
The wind was howling, but that didn't matter.
John, have you got a good read on this one?
If this does anything, I think it'll move a little bit to the left.
Lining up the birdie putt here. Oh, what a putt!
Making birdie in the first always puts you in a good frame of mood. It'll be fun to watch the round progress.
Currently 1 under for the tournament. The second, a short par 4, one that the players like to take on these days, Rich. A good birdie look here.
They do. It used to be where you laid back on top of the hill and took a wedge, 9-iron sometimes for your second shot, but a lot of players now are challenging that bunker down the right-hand side, getting as far down there as possible, and just having a flick with a sand wedge in for their seconds.
Well, with a pocket full of FedEx Cup points over the last half a dozen starts or so, this player certainly has been delivering consistent results and pushing for wins or winning, Rich. Do you expect that to continue here this week?
Luke, absolutely. Week in and week out, this player has consistently performed at the highest level. I got to believe he's a lot of people's favorites to win this tournament.
That's a lovely putt to make for birdie. Take some pride in that one.
I like it. 2 in a row. He's feeling it.
And with that, he's now broken the tie, all alone at the top of the leaderboard. Now let's switch our attention to Will Zalatoris.
The rival is ahead of him. He needs to get something together here.
Lining up this putt, still some meat on the bone. That's very well judged. Inside the range. Oh, 5-footer. It's amazing how tour pros hold these.
He's got this for his par.
Currently a couple under for the event. One of the hardest holes on the entire property is the par 4 fourth, Rich. It is a strong, demanding hole right from tee to green.
Very picturesque, this fourth hole. Pacific Ocean directly to the golfer's left-hand side. Don't be sucked in by the views, however. You want no part of that. And you certainly don't want any part of that fairway bunker down the right-hand side either. Find the fairway, and you've got a good chance at knocking it on this green in two. Be wary, though. Anything long and left on this green is no good.
This one needs to kick left. And that one finds the putting surface. It's a good shot. Some work to do, however. All right, Henny. What's he got in front of him here with this putt?
This one's 13 feet from the cup.
That's making a big statement here today. And he moves to 3 under with that one. As we head to the next, our leader is ahead by 2. There's a real premium on your tee shots here at Torrey Pines South Course. Keeping ball in fairways critical. And that is illustrated also by the par 4 fifth.
This fairway cambers from left to right, which helps a fade on this hole. However, don't get too overzealous and pull it, because that fairway bunker down the left, that sees a lot of action. Second shot is a green that pitches back towards you from back to front. That's got a lot of movement over on the left-hand side.
He's setting up for his second shot. Yeah, not a bad shot, that one. And he's down there. You got a read?
The perfect leave. Uphill, right to left. Okay.
Oh, what a bonus. Leading by 3 strokes now. The 6th hole's a really cool par 5. Once you get back up onto the top of the hill here, you want to try and take on the corner of this par 5.
Yeah, taking it down the right-hand side, it will seriously reduce this par 5, but you got to avoid the rough. It can get really nasty. From there, you could possibly run it up between all those bunkers. There's one low spot area on the left-hand side of this green that will come into play should you get your distance control a little bit wrong.
Yeah, this is the stuff we love, getting after this par 5 in 2.
Absolutely love watching a player be bold and be rewarded for it.
A chance to move to 5 under par. That's a nice looking putt. Judged it well. Got a short one coming up. And it's a 3-stroke advantage for our leader as we head to the next hole. The par 4 7th, a little dog leg left to right. Again, positioning off the tee is key.
This fairway slopes pretty good from left to right. Players want to start it out at the fairway bunker down the left-hand side and just hit a gentle fade off of that. Second shot here is to an elevated green. Don't go long whatsoever here. That's when the barranca and the canyons come into play.
Opting for the 9-iron.
No harm, no foul there with that shot.
John, what's the line on this putt?
Pretty sure this looks like it's going to the left.
A birdie putt awaits. Mark it down. That's birdie number 5. And with that, he'll move to 5 under par. Our leader is up by 4 shots now. The 8th at Torrey Pines South is an uphill par 3. It can be a hole in one hole, or it can be an absolute brute to even find the green, depending on where that hole location is.
This green is not deep. It's wide. It's got a lot of movement from east to west, just not a lot of room north to south. You find the right section of this green, you could find yourself a nice little deuce. Nothing as beautiful as a tiny fade.
This putt is of 9 feet.
All right, guys, this for 2 birdies in a row.
Mark it down. That's 6 birdies today. And that will move him to 6 under par. Our leader is out in front by a whopping 5 strokes. The par 5 ninth is a monster over 600 yards, Rich. Challenging, to say the least.
I think the challenging part about it, Luke, is it's just straight away. You have to hit a straight tee shot, a straight second shot, and a straight third shot to find the green in 3. It really is just that simple and straightforward. The green does have 2 tiers on it, but for the most part, Luke, it's an inviting third shot.
Great shot. That's frustrating. Why don't we catch up with Will Zalatoris?
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
Let's get back to it, shall we? 5 feet coming up to the cup.
This is for birdie.
And mark it down. That's birdie number 7 on the scorecard. And that will take him to 7 under. There's no doubt about it, Rich. This is an outstanding position to be in.
Always great to be in the lead, Luke. There's no doubt about it. But let's face it, lots of golf yet to be played. Let's see how this player handles it.
Wonderfully played. And Henny, what's he facing with this one?
I'd say he's about 165 from this flag.
Yeah, that one's looking good. This player's dialed in. What a shot. Now let's switch our attention to Will Zalatoris.
He's just coming off a drop shot on that last hole.
Let's return to live play now. An opportunity for a birdie here. That's impressive. He just keeps extending his advantage over the field. And that will take him to 8 under. Our current leader is up by a whopping 7 shots now. The 11th at Torrey Pines South plays downhill, but it's still a long par 3.
And not a big target either. You got deep bunkers both left and right. You got a shelf up there top left. This is just a strong, difficult, lovely, if you like, par 3.
Opting for the 5-wood. This putt is for a big 2 on the scorecard. Okay, John, what's he looking at with this putt?
Now he's got about 26 feet to go from here.
Ooh, asking for a big break on this one.
He's done a nice job there.
Not a bad effort right there from long range. Big breaking putt. He just didn't quite read it right, but it'll be an easy par.
Leading by a whopping 7 shots after that one. We'll talk about strong, long, and difficult. Let's stand on the 12th here. And is there a harder par 4 on the entire property?
There is not. I mean, this is just usually right back into the teeth of the breeze. Not wind, just a little breeze. enough to make it about 30 yards longer. You got some bunkers left and right that you got to deal with, but from there, you got a green that sits above the fairway just enough to make that second shot just a little bit longer. This is a brute, an absolute brute.
Getting better.
Just a tiny putt is all that remains. And after that hole, he'll move to 9 under for the event. 13 is a really cool par 5, the first of 2 in the inward 6 holes here, but you've got to nail your drive if you want to get there in 2.
This is one of the most interesting par 5s you'll ever play. If you hit a good tee shot, find the fairway, and you have the opportunity to reach, then happy days. But if you don't find the fairway or can't reach, now you've got to lay up into a low area where you're going to have a third shot that's absolutely blind. This third shot could be one of the most difficult third shots on the PGA Tour, bar none.
That a boy, good shot. Why don't we catch up with Will Zalatoris?
Okay, he's behind in this rivalry. Let's see what he can produce.
Okay, let's get back to the action. 3 feet to go here to the hole.
This for a birdie run.
And he holds another one. And he's building quite a sizable lead here.
Gotta like it. 2 in a row.
Well, as we head into our finishing stretch, it starts with the par 4 14th.
Nice tee shot here. A little bit more room to the right than the players really feel like there is. However, that also brings a rough on the right-hand side of play, and you don't want to be there, especially with this green that's set right back against the canyon. It's a difficult second shot, almost an infinite edge pool look, if you will. You really have to bear down and make sure you have a good idea of your distance control on your second shot.
Going with less club.
And this putt is for birdie 3 on the scorecard. Penny, take us through the break on this putt.
Looks like this will move to the left-hand side as it goes up the hill.
Pretty good.
Wow, what a putt. And after that hole, this player is ahead by a whopping 10 strokes. That really puts the leader way out ahead of the rest of the pack. And it's only the first round. Well struck. Standing over his second shot. Got to admire that talent. Just green after green in regulation.
Well, the practice is paying off here, Luke. This player is relentless.
And what a putt that was. Leading by a potentially insurmountable 11 strokes after that one. Not sure why I said potentially. Well, our leader has already bolted. Currently way out in front of the pack. Going with the 5-wood.
Yeah, that was tricky with that wind. Great shot there.
But now man on the ground, John McCarthy, has been giving us some great reads all day. What's this one doing, mate?
This one's like going left to right, it looks like.
Just building upon his advantage. He keeps making the important plays. Sitting at -13 for the round. Well, that really puts our leader way out in front of the pack now, and it's only the first round. That one's heading down Broadway. Second shot here on the 17th. Yes, anytime you can find the green and have a putt, you'll take it. And Henny, what's he looking at for this putt?
Yeah, he's got just over 16 feet here.
An opportunity to make a par here. Our work here is done. Let's head to the next hole. An extraordinary performance. This player is now 12 strokes in front of the field. That really puts the leader way out ahead of the rest of the pack. And it's only the first round.
That dog will hunt.
A 3-time victor already this season. That's a water ball. All right, facing a little up and down here to save the par. Lovely effort that. And if this can go down, he'll save par. Gets that one to go down, and that'll end the day's work. And folks, at the end of this first round, he's going to find himself in first place. That's pretty nice, eh, Rich?
Not bad whatsoever, but still just the opening day. Lots of golf left to play. However, it does give you a little boost of confidence going forward, knowing that right now you're at the top of your form, your game is good, and you're in a good space.
Well, that's all we've got time for today. On behalf of myself, Luke Elvey, Rich Beam, Henny Koyak and John McCarthy, plus all the hard-working folks behind the action at 2K Sports, thanks for tuning in. Look forward to your company next time.